What up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, October 4th, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for the Entertainment Report, and they'll take you to the page. Rapper Kanye West suddenly ended his live performance Sunday at the Meadows Festival in New York after finding out his wife, Kim Kardashian West, had been robbed at gunpoint in Paris. The Meadows Twitter page said that the rapper had to end his performance due to an emergency and told him please get home safely. Kardashian West was in Paris for Fashion Week with mother Kris Jenner, sister Kourtney Kardashian, and half-sister Kendall Jenner. An insider spokesperson for Kardashian said Kim Kardashian West was held up at gunpoint inside her Paris hotel room this evening by two armed masked men dressed as police officers. She is badly shaken but physically unharmed. Kardashian West was tied up and locked in her bathroom as the men took her cell phone and millions in jewelry, a French Interior Ministry spokesperson said. It is not known if she was with her family or children when the incident occurred. The rapper told the audience he had a family emergency and promptly walked off the stage early in Sunday's performance. Chrissy Teigen and other celebrities defended Kardashian online after several social media users made light of the Keeping Up with the Kardashian star being robbed at gunpoint in Paris. Teigen wrote, "This isn't funny. I see you trying, but it isn't. Fame is interesting. Celebs are supposed to love you guys, while also knowing that you make a meme of our dead bodies to get retweets." She added, "It's hard to explain because everyone thinks money and fame is pure awesome, so it just sounds whiny. I get it. Trust me. It's just a weird little world that I cannot expect anyone to get. I know it seems super awesome and laughable. The star qualified, please do not think that I think celebrities are special snowflakes. I just miss empathy in general for everyone." Kardashian was in her hotel room Sunday evening when two men gained entry and stole her cell phone and millions of dollars worth of jewelry. Her husband Kanye West was performing in New York at the time and abruptly ended his concert. Late Late Show host James Corden tweeted, "People are making jokes about at Kim Kardashian tonight would do well to remember that she is a mother, a daughter, a wife, and a friend. Be nice or shut up." Television personality Sherri Shepherd later wrote, "Just heard about at Kim Kardashian being robbed at gunpoint. So glad she's okay. Kim, you're a mother, wife, sister, and praying woman. Hashtag God's good, got you." Kardashian's rep says in a statement after the incident that the mother of two was badly shaken but physically unharmed. The Keeping Up with star married West in 2014, his mom to daughter Northwest and son Saint West. Ben Affleck has shared his thoughts on the quickly panned but high-gross Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, admitting that he loves it. The actor said of the superhero epic in an interview with Fox 5 DC while promoting his latest film, The Accountant, "It's interesting. It was a huge hit movie. More people went to see that than any movie I've made in my career. It was the biggest hit of my career, and then it had so much editorial negativity." He continued by saying, "Fans went, and I got a lot of positive response. It was interesting, that movie, because it was judged not necessarily on execution so much as on its tone. People seem to want to have a lighter tone to the movie, and I thought that was interesting. Tone is not a qualitative thing, it's subjective, right?" He concluded by saying, "Some tones resonate with me that might not with you, and the tone of the movie was really parallel to the Frank Miller book, The Dark Knight Returns, which I like and thought was great. I'm glad that so many people went and so many people liked the movie. I liked it, I love it," concluding referencing to DC Comics' classic comic book series, which features a much more brutal and violent Batman as seen in Dawn of Justice. Affleck's comments come after negative reviews also plagued Warner Brothers following entry in their DC Extended Universe Suicide Squad, where he appeared briefly as the Dark Knight. Warner Bros. And DC will continue to weather the critical storm, however, releasing both Wonder Woman and Justice League in 2017. In the meantime, Affleck is also preparing a solo Batman film with noted comic book writer Jeff Johns, who recently confirmed that Joe Manganiello will be portraying villain Deathstroke in the project. While filming Justice League, Affleck caused a stir on social media when he posted a video featuring Deathstroke staring menacingly at the camera as he sported his signature blue and orange armor. All 8 Harry Potter films are scheduled to screen in domestic IMAX locations for an exclusive one-week engagement beginning October 13th. This marks the first time both Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone and Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets will be digitally remastered into the IMAX format and released in IMAX theaters. The announcement was made Monday by IMAX and Warner Brothers Pictures. The re-release of the fantasy blockbusters will occur just weeks before the franchise's eagerly awaited prequel, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which opens on November 18th. A global fan event is planned for October 13th. It will feature new footage from Beasts, as well as in-person appearances by talent from the film at the 2 IMAX locations in London and Los Angeles. Greg Foster, the Chief Executive Officer of IMAX Entertainment and Senior Executive Vice President of IMAX Corp., said in a statement, "Harry Potter is one of the most beloved film franchises of all time and is incredibly important to the history of IMAX. Therefore, being able to offer each installment, especially the initial two, for the very first time in IMAX makes this a truly magical event for fans." Talking Dead host Chris Hardwick says most of the stars of The Walking Dead will appear on his analysis program after their own devastating season premiere. A yet to reveal fan favorite from the show is expected to be beaten to death by Jeffrey Dean Morgan's villain Negan in the season 7 premiere. Among the possible victims are Daryl, played by Norman Reedus, Glenn, played by Stephen Yang, Glenn's pregnant wife Maggie, played by Lauren Cohen, Rick, played by Andrew Lincoln, Rick's girlfriend, played by Michonne, played by Dana Guerrera, Rick's son Carl, played by Chandler Riggs, Abraham, played by Michael Cutlitz, Abraham's girlfriend Sasha, played by Sonika Martin Green, Abraham's ex-girlfriend Rosita, played by Christian Serratos, Aaron, played by Ross Marquand, and Eugene, played by Josh McDermott. All those cast members and thousands of fans are expected to attend the October 23rd taping of Talking Dead at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. The 90-minute program will air on AMC immediately after the return of The Walking Dead. Hardwick said on this past weekend's edition of Talking Dead, "It's going to be a very hard episode because we know someone is going to die. We'll all support each other and get through whatever awfulness this man, writer-producer Robert Kirkman, is heaping onto our souls. We're going to lose someone. We will be there together." Kirkman said, "Buckle up, it's going to be a rough one." Big episode. César, Domboy, and Lauren Lyle have joined the Season 3 cast of the small-screen historical romance Outlander. Stars and Sony Pictures Television said Monday that Domboy will play an older version of Fergus, the memorable child pickpocket from Season 2, while Lyle will portray Marsali, one of Legohair's young daughters. Based on Diana Gabaldon's novel and adapted by Ronald D. Moore, the show stars Sam Heughan and Katharina Balfe as Jamie and Claire, the star-crossed lovers separated by time. A press release revealed the story picks up right after Claire travels through the stones to return to her life in 1948. Now pregnant, she struggles with the fallout of her sudden reappearance and its effect on her marriage to her first husband, Frank. Meanwhile, in the 18th century, Jamie suffers from the aftermath of his doomed last stand at the historic Battle of Culloden, as well as the loss of Claire. As the years pass, Jamie and Claire attempt to make a life apart from one another, each haunted by the memory of their lost love. The budding possibility that Claire can return to Jamie in the past breeds new hope into Claire's heart, as well as new doubt. Separated by continents and centuries, Claire and Jamie must find their way back to each other. Lindsay Lohan nearly lost her ring finger Sunday after a boating accident. The actress revealed on Snapchat, alongside a video of her damaged finger wrapped up in a large bandage, "I almost lost my finger from the anchor." She continued, "Well, I lost half my finger. Thank goodness we found the piece of my finger. I just had surgery to fix it. It hurt so bad." Lohan is heard explaining to her followers, "This is the result of my trying to help anchor the boat by myself. My poor finger." According to TMZ, the incident took place near Turkey as Lohan attempted to pull up the boat's anchor before she became entangled in it. As she was pulled down into the water, the tip of her finger was sliced off. It was later reattached by a plastic surgeon. Lohan last made headlines when she revealed why she called off her engagement to Igor Tarasov, citing abuse. Dave Chappelle poked fun at Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump Saturday during a stand-up bit at the Roots Picnic Festival in New York. The comedian joked on stage, according to Spin, before digging into the real estate mogul, "Hope everyone votes. I know it's a tough decision." He continued, "Hillary Clinton versus white Malcolm X. That crazy character is going to kill us all. And lower my taxes." Chappelle also threw a couple of comedic shots towards fellow comics Keegan-Michael Key and Jordan Peele for their Comedy Central series Key and Peele, whom Chappelle compared to his own former program Chappelle's Show. He said, "Put some respect on my name. Y'all don't know what I've been through watching Key and Peele do my show the last 5 fucking years," before comparing himself to Morgan Freeman due to his old age. Actress Blake Lively was still able to attend her assistant's wedding ceremony Sunday, just days after giving birth to her second child. The actress wrote on Instagram Sunday, "Most beautiful bride on the planet, and the best friend I could ask for, at Jessica Rose 617. Thank you for being everything. I love you." Lively is seen kissing her assistant on the cheek in the photo. Lively welcomed her second child with actor Ryan Reynolds on Friday in New York, according to reports. The baby's gender and name have yet to be revealed. Blac Chyna showed her support for best friend Amber Rose by attending the television personality's second annual SlutWalk on Saturday. 20-year-old Rob and Chyna star turned out for the event at Pershing Square in Los Angeles, along with Kendra on Top star Kendra Wilkinson. Rose is dancing with the star's partner Maxine Chemerinsky and thousands of fans. Rose led the walk to promote her foundation's mission of, quote, uplifting, empowering, and enhancing the platform of women across the globe. Other organizations have also put on SlutWalks to call for an end to slut shaming. Rose told Entertainment Tonight, "This is not the no judgment zone. We're out here. We're embracing everyone. This is very positive and very loving. It's important to feel self-confidence because that's what gets you through the day and through your life." She also added, "I'm overwhelmed with happiness by the support. I, almost cried for a second. I'll probably will cry throughout the day. It's beautiful. It really is. And I'm happy that I have all this support." Rose hosted her first Slut Walk in October 2015. Dancing with the Stars Season 23 contestant had said last week that she felt body shamed by Judge Julianne Hough after her and Chemerinsky's performance to Booty. She said on her Loveline podcast, "There was a point in the dance where I had to lift my legs and Max dipped me, and Julianne said, 'Oh, I'm uncomfortable,' and I did feel body shame." She said, "All the beautiful professional dancers, they dress very sexy and they do splits and they grind up on these guys and they look absolutely stunning and they get a standing ovation. For me and my body, my hips, my breasts made her feel uncomfortable." South by Southwest inspired celebrations of ideas and innovation, aptly called South by Southlawn, took place Monday at the White House. The White House website noted, earlier this year, President Obama traveled to South by Southwest for a conversation on civic engagement. In Austin, he called on creative thinkers and entrepreneurs from across the country to help tackle our toughest challenges. On Monday, October 3rd, we're celebrating that spirit of innovation at South by Southlawn, a White House festival of ideas, arts, and action. The day included panel discussions, musical performances, and a student film festival. The evening's festivities were expected to include a concert by the Lumineers, a discussion with Leonardo DiCaprio, President Obama, and Dr. Katherine Hayhoe, and the domestic premiere of the climate-themed documentary Before the Flood. Former Power Rangers star Ricardo Medina Jr. has pleaded not guilty to murdering his roommate with a sword, according to the BBC. Prosecutors said Medina stabbed Joshua Sutter several times following an argument regarding his girlfriend inside their home in Green Valley, a town just outside Los Angeles. The actor could face up to 26 years to life in prison if convicted. Medina has maintained that the attack was in self-defense. Authorities had arrested Medina following the incident in January of 2015, but was released shortly afterwards. He said following the release, "I want to say I am very, very, very sorry for what occurred. I'm very happy to be out of jail. My heart goes out to the Sutter family." Sutter's sister Rachel Kennedy spoke out against Medina's claim of self-defense, previously stating, "I won't give up, and I won't let my little brother's voice ever be stopped. I will speak for him and fight for him forever." Medina is known for portraying the Red Ranger on Power Rangers Wild Force in 2002 and for voicing Decker on Power Rangers Samurai in 2011. Lady Gaga is going smaller for her next string of performances as part of a newly announced dive bar tour in association with Bud Light. The pop star said in a statement Sunday, "My first performances were in dive bars in New York City and around the country, so working with Bud Light to go back to my roots to perform songs from my new album, Joanne, is such an exciting way to connect with my fans and share this music with them for the first time." The mini tour will consist of Gaga performing at 3 undisclosed locations in the United States starting Wednesday, with the shows being live-streamed through Bud Light's Facebook page. Future performances will take place on October 20th and October 27th. Bud Light has released a promotional video for the tour featuring Gaga wearing a cowboy hat, white t-shirts, and jeans as she carries a guitar into a bar. Gaga also added that the venues will capture the raw American vibe of her album Joanne, which is set for release on October 21st. The first single from the project, Perfect Illusion, was released in September, along with the news that Gaga will be performing during the Super Bowl's 51 halftime show in Houston, Texas on February 5th. Britney Spears paid homage to Taylor Swift Saturday by performing her song Shake It Off while on Helium on the Jonathan Ross Show. The squeaky performance came after Ross tasked the pop star with inhaling a balloon full of helium before singing a popular song. Spears chose Swift's hit single off her latest album, 1989, briefly singing the song's chorus before laughing. Also during her appearance on the British talk show, Spears opened up about her dating life, explaining how she's perfectly happy being single. The 34-year-old stated, "A lot of men are about games. It's just a mind game with guys. The calling back and texting is just too much. It's silly. Actually, I'm not looking for men right now. I'm really happy with myself. I'm not looking for anything. I'm fine with the way I am." She continued about what type of men she's interested in. "I like someone that's just nice overall. Just a nice guy really is groundbreaking in this world." And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1937, blues singer Bessie Smith is killed in a Mississippi car wreck and is buried. Legendary blues singer Bessie Smith is buried near Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on this date in 1937. Some 7,000 mourners attend her funeral. Smith had been killed a few days before when the old Packard she was driving hit a parked truck near Coahoma, Mississippi, between Clarksdale and Memphis. There's no record of Smith's exact birth date, but she was about 43 years old. Bessie Smith had been in show business since she was a teenager. In 1912, she joined a traveling vaudeville troupe, the Rabbit's Foot Minstrels, and spent the next decade singing in minstrel shows and cabarets all around the South. One popular rumor held that blues great Gertrude Ma Rainey, the leader of the Foots, had kidnapped the talented young singer and dragged her from show to show against her will. This was not true. Rainey was Smith's friend and mentor, but it made for great publicity. In 1923, Smith released her first record, Downhearted Blues. It sold nearly 800,000 copies and made her a superstar. In fact, by the end of the 1920s, Smith had made more money than any black performer ever had. She performed and recorded with such luminaries as Clarence Williams, Louis Armstrong, and Fletcher Henderson's band, and she starred in the 1929 film St. Louis Blues. Fortunately, in the 1930s, Smith's career stalled. The pressure, changing musical taste that favored jazz and swing instead of vaudeville blues, and the singer's severe alcoholism made it nearly impossible for her to find work. Towards the end of the decade, though, Smith began to record and perform again. The circumstances surrounding the singer's death are mysterious. We know that Smith was gravely ill. Her arm was nearly severed in the accident. After that, some people say the doctor at the scene ignored while he tended to the bumps and scraps of a white couple that was in the nearby fender bender. Other sources said that Smith bled to death while her ambulance drove around in search of a hospital that would treat black patients. Elwer Albies based his 1959 play The Death of Bessie Smith on these versions of events. While neither of these scenarios would have been much of a surprise in the Jim Crow South, most historians now agree that the stories are apocryphal. Smith did make it to the hospital, but her injuries were so severe that it made no difference. In the summer of 1970, shortly before her own death from a heroin overdose, the young singer Janis Joplin had a headstone made for Smith, unmarked grave. It read, "The greatest blues singer in the world will never stop singing." And also on this date in 1970, Janis Joplin dies of a heroin overdose. In the summer of 1966, Janis Joplin was a drifter. 4 years later, she was a rock and roll legend. She'd gone from complete unknown to a generational icon on the strength of a single blistering performance at the Monterey International Pop Festival in the summer of 1967. And she followed that up with 3 years of touring and recording that cemented her status, and in the words of one critic, second to only to Bob Dylan in importance as a creator, recorder, embodiment of her generation's history and mythology. Born in Port Arthur, Texas in 1943, Joplin made her way to San Francisco in 1966, where she fell within a local group called Big Brother and the Holding Company. It was with this group that she would become famous, first through her legendary performance of Ball and Chain at Monterey, and then with the 1968 album Cheap Thrills. She soon split off to launch a solo career, however, her personality and her voice being far too big to be contained within a group. She once said, "I'd rather not sing than sing quiet," in comparing to herself to one of her idols. Billie Holiday was subtle and refined. "I'm going to shove that power right into you, right through you, and you can't refuse it." But if sheer abandon was Jan Joplin's vocal trademark, she nevertheless always combined it with a musicality and authenticity that lent her music a great deal more soul than much of what the psychedelic era produced. But it was never just music or the passion she displayed in performing it that made Janis Joplin an icon. It was the no-holds-barred gusto with which she lived every other aspect of her life as well. Far from being an empty cliche, sex, drugs, and rock and roll was a revolutionary philosophy to many in the late 60s. Janis Joplin was its leading female exponent. Her string of romantic conquests ranging from Chris Christopherson to Dick Cavett. Her drug and alcohol consumption was prolific, and the rock and roll she produced was timeless. From Piece of My Heart, Get It While You Can, and Mercedes-Benz to her biggest pop hit, Me and Bobby McGee. In the autumn of 1970, Janis Joplin was in Los Angeles putting the finishing touches on the album that would prove to be the biggest hit of her career, Pearl. She did not live to see the album's release, however. On this date in 1970, she died of an accidental heroin overdose and was discovered in her Los Angeles hotel room after failing to show for a scheduled recording session. She was 27 years old. And that is your entertainment report for Tuesday, October 4th, 2016. I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.